Hi folks, this is Kenny Campbell coming to you from DeFau Nissan, and today we're going to take a look at the 2025 Nissan Rogue, the Rock Creek Edition, versus a 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition. Both are great off-road vehicles depending on your driving needs, and we're going to take a deeper look today as to which one might be right for you. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is the exterior design of both vehicles. Now one thing to keep in mind, both vehicles were created in 2022 as far as the Rogue and the Forester, but there have been some small changes since then, especially with the Rock Creek being first put out in 2025. We're going to take a deeper look at what makes them unique. Okay, so starting with the 2025 Rock Creek Nissan Rogue. Small update that happened in 2022, but they've continued it on since then. You're going to have LED headlights with a nice narrow profile here. One small update for 2025. The grille has been redesigned, and then the Rock Creek is going to have the traditional red lava badging here. So looks really nice, matches the interior, goes well with the steel wheels with the little red accent there, as well as the Rock Creek badging. Overall, a very sleek looking vehicle with a little touch of rugged by design. Very good for a daily driver, also good to take off-road, and with the winter coming up, going to be very good for those inclement conditions with the all-terrain tires coming standard, as well as Nissan Standard Safety Suite. Okay, so taking a look at the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition, it is going to be the classic Forester design. Now Subaru does choose to do more of a function over form, so they've kept everything essentially the same as they've had for the last 8 to 10 years. Traditional badging, you do have upgraded LED headlights. You will notice the Wilderness Edition badging on the side, and very similar to the Rogue. Both are meant to kind of do the same thing. So they're both going to have steel wheels with a version of an all-terrain tire. You will notice though, no luggage rack in the basic form of the Subaru. So keep that in mind. All right, so both cars are going to be very good looking as far as the exterior goes. If you're looking for something a little bit more up to date, a little sleeker design that's still going to allow you to go in those off-road conditions, those winter conditions, the Nissan Rogue is going to win out over the Subaru Forester Wilderness in this category. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 2025 Nissan Rogue Rock Creek's standard safety equipment. Now this, just like most other Nissans, is going to come standard equipped with the Nissan Safety Shield. So what that gives you is collision avoidance in the front, rear automatic braking in the back, blind spot warning, as well as lane departure warning on the sides. And then this actually has pro pilot assistance. So when you're on long trips, things like that, the car's going to kind of help you steer. And then for the Rock Creek Edition specifically, you'll notice there's a little camera up front and a couple cameras underneath both mirrors. That is going to give you a good picture of whatever you're driving next to, whether you're out in the woods or in some deeper snow. And then to go along with that, you're going to have 8 inches of ground clearance, as well as skid plates underneath if you are going to be really close to anything hard there. So all those things considered, as a daily driver, this is going to make a lot of sense. It's going to keep you and your family very safe and very, very comfortable on long trips. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition standard safety equipment. Now, just like the Nissan Rogue, you are going to have quite a bit of safety as far as what the car is going to provide standard. Subaru calls it EyeSight technology, which is going to give you a lot of the same equipment that's going to come on the Rogue, as far as the lane departure warning with assistance, the blind spot warning with intervention, the collision avoidance in the front. And then in addition to that, the Subaru is not going to have cameras underneath the mirror when you're off in those off-road conditions, but it will have a front view and a rear view camera. That way you can see what's going on. It does come with 1 inch more of ground clearance than what the Rock Creek Rogue will. But in general, a very, very safe car as well. Both are pretty good options for this category. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the off-road capability of both vehicles, starting with the 2025 Rock Creek Edition Rogue. One thing to keep in mind, if you are traveling, camping, something like that, all of the Rock Creek Rogues are going to come with a standard overhead storage compartment, meaning the luggage rack. So if you have extra things, tent, things like that, you definitely want to keep that outside of the car and save the room on the inside. While you're out in those conditions, the 17-inch alloy wheel is going to keep you from feeling every bump, along with the active ride control as you're moving along. The all-terrain tires will keep you moving even in slippery situations. And then if we look inside, It is set up with a multi-material seat to hopefully keep it dry and keep anything that you're bringing in from the outside from affecting the interior. So going to be great for a lot of conditions in the winter time. Also great if you're that family that likes to go camping and be outdoors. Comparing the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition to the 2025 Rock Creek Rogue, as far as off-road capability, this is a great machine as well. So all Subarus are all-wheel drive, if you're unaware, which makes it great in all sorts of conditions, whether it's snow or you are going to go camping, something like that. One thing that we are lacking is a standard cargo rack for anything that you're going to carry along. You're also going to be lacking a little bit of the space. So if you are traveling with a tent, any sort of extra things that you are going to need outside for those outdoor activities, definitely want to add that to the vehicle. And then one difference that this will have that the Rogue might be lacking on, it has X mode, which is super low torque driving situations. So if you're in really slippery conditions, very steep inclines, the Subaru might be the one for you. But if you're just in general a family that likes to go camping, or you're trying to be a little safer in the wintertime, the Rogue's probably your winner there. So sitting inside the 2025 Rock Creek Rogue, you can see it has all the same styling that you're used to from the Nissan Rogue, as well as Pro Pilot assistance, updated badging. You're gonna have dual analog and digital dash, as well as a 9-inch touchscreen display. Dual climate control is going to come standard on the inside. That way if you and your passenger want to be on different temperatures after your outdoor activities, you can change that real easy, as well as lots of different drive modes for any conditions that you may be in. And then we're going to take a quick peek here at the seats. Okay, when looking at the seats and the interior here of the 2025 Rock Creek Rogue, you're going to notice all of the red lava stitching, as well as the Rock Creek badging there on the back of the multi-material seats. And then if you consider what's just more comfortable, the Nissan Rogue is going to have zero gravity seats, just like the premier vehicles like the Nissan Murano and the Nissan Pathfinder. That'll keep you really comfortable if you are someone that's just going to use the vehicle more as a daily driver or for long trips for vacation. Okay, when looking in the interior here of the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition, you will notice leather or yellow stitching all around, yellow accents inside the vehicle as well. You do still get dual climate control just like you would in the Rogue, and if you're somebody that's still potentially rocking CDs, you do still have a CD player. Both are going to have Bluetooth, that kind of stuff, so that's all equal there. And then down here we do have the X mode, which is going to be specific to Subaru for really low speed, really intensely slippery conditions. But overall, if you're looking at the difference in just the two and how they look, I think you're going to like the Rogue a lot more as your daily driver, given its more updated interior. As we discussed both interiors, just looking at the Nissan Rogue, you can see that it's very updated, very modern design here, which is going to give it the edge as far as winning out in the interior as far as design goes. It's also going to be the more comfortable of the two. If you're traveling long term and you don't want the seat to beat you up too much, you're not really going to beat the comfortability of the interior of the 2025 Rock Creek Rogue. Thank you for taking the time to look at the 2025 Rock Creek Edition Rogue versus the 2024 Subaru Forester Wilderness Edition. Now, just to review, we've looked at the exterior and interior design, how comfortable the car is going to be for you, how well it's going to handle off-road conditions, as well as all of the safety equipment that's going to come in both. The last thing we're going to talk about here is the price of each of them. As far as the standard MSRP goes, you're going to get about a $4,500 difference between the standard equipment on the Rock Creek Rogue and the standard equipment on the Forester. Some things on the Forester, to match the Rock Creek, you'd have to add even more to that. So as far as overall value goes, we really believe here at DeFau Nissan that the 2025 Rock Creek Edition Rogue is going to be a great fit for you and your family.